ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. I thank you for tuning in to my WWE Survivor Series 2023 review show. This year's Survivor Series takes place at the All-State Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Speaking of that, during the course of the show, uh, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso's kind of beating himself about it. They were asking Cody, "Where's Randy at? Where's Randy at?" And every time, especially the first time that they showed the video of everybody asking where Randy Orton was at, there's a smattering of somebody else's name being chanted in the crowd. More on that later. I also want to put over the fact that they choose the perfect song for the premium live event for it to be a theme: War Pigs by Black Sabbath. Ah, Chef's Kiss. Perfect song. Before I get to the event, wouldn't you mind? Hope you won't mind hitting that like button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this year's Survivor Series. And also, be a champ and slap that subscribe button. It'll be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's let it rip. Alright, first match of the night is the Women's War Games match. It pits Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi going up against Damage Control, Bayley, Io Sky, Asuka, and Kairi Singh. Becky Lynch and Bayley started things off. Dakota Kai interfered as Becky Lynch had Bayley in an arm breaker. She hit her with a kendo stick, but Becky wound up taking it away from her. In comes in Shotzi. She moved some furniture around, trash can, chairs, you name it, she threw it in the ring. Io Sky would come in, clobbering Becky and Shotzi with a chain. Bianca Belair would come in, and I totally popped for this. She finally got to use her braids to whip people with. I don't know why, I just love that. It just looks so cool and it sounds cool when she does it. Kairi Singh would come in. She used a trash can lid to get back the advantage. After that, Charlotte Flair would come in. She chops everybody. There was a spot where I think Charlotte Flair broke character as she was chopping Kairi Singh. Singh slipped on a chair and fell down before she delivered a chop. Io Sky would put the trash can on. She would climb up on the cage, put the trash can over, and hit a dive on everybody. That looked pretty dangerous and pretty cool at the same time. Team EST, I guess that's what they called them, would get back to the advantage after Charlotte hit the moonsault from the top of the cage. Asuka would come in. She brought in 4 more kendo sticks. There you see she's spraying a mist in Shotzi's eyes. Then towards the end there, we see Becky Lynch pushing Kairi Singh out of the way, taking the spear from Charlotte Flair. After that, Shotzi hit the senton. Bianca Belair hit the KOD. Becky Lynch hit the man slam, or the manhandle slam, excuse me, onto the table, giving the victory to Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi. Thought this was a pretty good women's War Games match. My only thing about it is I like the old style, submit or surrender instead of pinfall or submission. I don't like that part of it. Alright, the next match of the night is for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz challenging Gunther for that championship. And I do believe they said in the commentary, I believe Michael Cole said it, if the Miz won, he would tie Chris Jericho. Yes, they mentioned Chris Jericho in the podcast. Another solid match from Gunther. The A-lister Miz was definitely on his A game, has been on his A game for a while, especially in that feud with LA Knight, man. The Miz is on his game, especially on the mic and in the ring. Dude's money. He knows how to do business. Anyway, the Miz would have the early advantage, going after the knee. Gunther would come back with slams and strikes. Gunther would hit the powerbomb for 2. You just don't see that too often. The Miz came back with 2 crotch shots, 2 2 kicks to the webos and a skull crushing finale for 2. You definitely don't see that too often. The Miz does they do a pretty good job of protecting the move, the skull crushing finale. Um, then Gunther came off the top rope with a splash, applies the Boston Crab, twists it a little bit, puts the knee in the Miz's back. The Miz winds up tapping out. So your winner and still Intercontinental Champion is Gunther. And like I said, man, this is a solid match. Probably the show steal. This a pure good wrestling match there. And the next match of the night is a grudge match. It is Santos Escobar going against Dragon Lee. Good, fast-paced, back-and-forth match. Santos Escobar really cementing the fact that he is a heel. Will try to pull off a mask, but like I said, good, solid stuff. Good story to be told here. Dragon Lee trying to fight for the honor of Rey Mysterio and the injured Carlito. Uh, he got all his good stuff in. Dives to Piranhas. Escobar would come back, get the win after hitting the Canadian Destroyer. I think they call it the down or on the border Destroyer. Anyway, it was a Canadian Destroyer, and to the Phantom Driver. I don't particularly like it when they use the Canadian Destroyer as a setup move, but I think he could have pinned him with the Canadian Destroyer. Have that be his move from now on. He pulls off pretty good. Look, a guy, his size, pretty muscular, well-built guy, hitting that Canadian Destroyer makes it look good. But just use it as a setup move for the Phantom Driver, which looks like a good move finisher as well. But nobody wants to use it for a finisher. Everybody wants to use it for a setup or just use it for a high spot. So that was about my only grief about that match is how they use the Canadian Destroyer. I know you kids out there be like, oh, it's just a move, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, it's not a video game either. But they did make it look like Dragon Lee was pretty much out on his feet. Even though he was still standing, he was just slouched down, and Santos had to pick him up for that Phantom Driver. Again, good match. Santos need a win here because he's getting set up to face Rey Mysterio down the line. So definitely a good, solid win for Santos. All right, next up is the match for the WWE Women's World Championship. The champion, Rhea Ripley, defending against Zoe Stark. Stark did very good in this match. She showed that she wasn't going to take no crap. Acted like she belonged there. I think everybody knew she wasn't going to win. She's just not on that level yet. Fans would, cheer for Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's, the fans dig her. They were fully behind her. Zoe just hasn't made that connection yet. Hopefully she does, because I think she's pretty solid in there. And she got a lot of moments to shine in this match. Rhea Ripley, let her have her part in the match. Then Rhea Ripley will take over. She definitely showed that Mommy's always on top. She would get the win after the Riptide. And like I said, it's a solid match. Good win for Rhea Ripley. Good way to kind of not really, have that quick, bury win, or bury somebody win, as some people like to say, over Zoe Stark. She did let Zoe Stark shine for a bit because she could be a future name. Get her name up pretty good. Climb up that ladder. Maybe be a potential money-making challenger at some point in her career. All right, now it's time for your main event of the night. It is the men's War Games match, the Judgment Day, and Drew McIntyre. Judgment Day, of course, is Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and J.D. McDonough. They take on Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Randy Orton. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins will start things out. JD McDonough will come in with a couple of kendo sticks, and he starts wailing. They really do put a whooping on Seth Rollins. Jey Uso will come in, wails on JD and Finn. McIntyre was going to enter the ring, but Priest stopped him and said, "Hey, we got a plan. Let's stick to it." He takes the match over. Sami Zayn would come in, spark a comeback. See some good teamwork by Jey Uso and Seth Rollins there. At Cody Rhodes would come in. I do like Michael Cole. He said he gave credit where credit's due. July 4th, 1987, at the Omni in Atlanta was the first War Games match. At the time, it was War Games, the match beyond. Basically, War Games was when one team had the advantage. You know, that first segment. Then, after everybody was in the ring, that's when the match beyond takes place. They just skipped the match beyond. Once everybody got in the ring, they say, "Okay, now it's time for War Games." But Cody comes in, he cleans house for a little bit. Little teamwork again by Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They kind of start bickering and say, "Hey, is Randy going to make it? Is Randy going to make it?" Dominic would come in. He helps get the advantage back. Damian Priest will put Seth Rollins through the table using a Razor's Edge, and it looked like he was about to cash in for his Money in the Bank contract, possibly winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But somebody had voices in their head, and out comes Randy Orton. He cleans house. They get their stuff in. We get the nice little spot here. You gotta have it. JD McDonald was trying to escape the cage. Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins caught up with him, threw him off the cage into the waiting arms of an RKO. Crossroads from Cody Rhodes onto Damian Priest will win the match. Again, I really had to submit or surrender, but they used pinfalls or submission. Both War Games ended on pinfalls. Everybody looks happy. Cody Rhodes' music is blaring, and all of a sudden it stopped. And what's that song by Living Color? Cult of Personality started blaring. The crowd, like you say, the crowd popped for it. It is his hometown. CM Punk does come out. Doesn't really do anything. Just kind of stares at the ring for a little bit. Does the whole look at his watch, his clobbering time deal. High fives and hugs a few fans. After the cameras go off, there's some fan cams and other cams showing that Seth Rollins did not like it, which of course I believe that's, if you count my video of how to bring CM Punk back, of course they ain't using none of that, but they are looks like they're going to have Seth Rollins versus CM Punk first. And to be honest, this is what the fans wanted. They did not want, they want to see CM Punk, but they didn't want to see him. I don't think they really want to see him in an AEW ring. They want to see him in a WWE ring. I think they would have been happy with CM Punk in a Ring of Honor ring, but it was either going to be Ring of Honor or WWE, maybe New Japan, but he does come back home, if you want to call it that, to the WWE. Hopefully he can, keep that ego in check. I don't think they're gonna put up with a whole lot of crap from him. And just see how things go, because Triple H, Seth Rollins being really mad. I'm pretty sure he's upset, but I don't think Triple H is going to just spring this kind of surprise on anybody, especially if there's real beef. But Seth Rollins, he's business. Drew McIntyre, he might be really upset because he's trying to get a new contract and all, but other than that, it's kind of funny he's not being able to get a new contract and they sign him. But other than that, they're businessmen. They're mature adults, all about business, all about making money, having good matches, and drawing money. That's it. Anyway, that's just my little opinion about the whole CM Punk. and of course my whole opinion about the premium live event in general. Thank you for watching. Like I said, be greatly appreciated if you hit the like button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about CM Punk returning, of course, and Survivor Series altogether. And also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button for me. It'll be greatly appreciated. Until next time, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Thank you for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. And of course, this is the part where I ask you, if you're not a subscriber yet, to click on that subscribe button, leave a like, also share with friends. And if you want to follow me on social media, on Twitter, X, it's at RRPATRPTV46. On Facebook, it's just Ronald Ray. And yes, I need to turn in my man card because I do have a TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at RP2Vision. As always, you have a good one. Take it easy.